All right. Hi, my name is Monica Aklil-Kotis. I am a school psychologist by profession, and I have 4 boys, and I'm happily married for 16 years now. All right, so growing up, I grew up in Alexandria in Egypt, and I went to a private German school. So right off the bat, I learned how to speak bilingually, both in the German language and the Arabic language. And then in 4th grade, we ended up winning the lottery. What they had back then, it's called the lottery. Like, Dad did it as a joke. He was like, oh, I'll just try my luck. And my grandpa's like, yeah, go for it, even though my grandpa never wanted anyone to leave. But for my dad, he was like, yeah, try it out. And it was during the Feast of the Cross, the paperwork came in, and we were selected to come to America. So I've been blessed with stage 4 colon cancer, and we found this out November 30th of 2022. After a few minutes, and he starts pressing on my lower stomach and my stomach in general, and he goes, how does that feel? And I go, it's very sensitive to the touch, it's always been. He goes, okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb, this is not really protocol, and we're gonna do a CT scan. Are you okay with it? I was like, please, anything. He goes, okay. I go into the CT scan, I come back. They turn on the lights and they start talking to me, and they're like, so, we see some tumor. Take a biopsy and you have to do a colonoscopy. And I'm like, chemo? I've never taken medication in my life. I refuse. And secondly, no. So I go, what if I don't do this whole chemo thing? He goes, you have 3 to 6 months to live because you're about to go in liver failure. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. And I go, okay, fine. Then if this is God's will, then that's it. I don't need to fight through this. And he goes, yeah, but liver failure and the pain to go through it is really extreme. I don't recommend it. I go, okay, fine, sign me up for chemo. So then we have the colonoscopy, they take that biopsies, everything goes through. But I woke up one morning, I go, if we're gonna do this, and if we're gonna fight, we're gonna do it my way. Because I told me, and I'm like, you married me, but you don't have to go through this journey. You could still be my husband, but it's not something that it needs to be imposed on you. But he goes, I want to be part of it. And I go, okay, then we're going to do it this way. We're going to do it with joy and with a lot of thanksgiving and love. He goes, that's really hard to ask, Monica. I go, you're right, but it's a choice we make every single morning. We wake up and we choose to be joyful. And he goes, okay. I go, if you're on this train with me, we'll do it. If not, then I'll just find somebody else, to be joyful through this. And he goes, no, let's do it. I choose you. And when I was afraid of chemo, because chemo does hurt and it's very painful, I go, Lord, I don't want to go today. And I would lay down in my bed. And I don't want to go today and I'm really scared, but I will turn that spirit of fear into a spirit of strength, and you come with me. And you take the pain away from me, and he does. It's the coolest experience. You go and you're like, okay, I'm not as nauseous, I'm not as this. I'm like, thanks God, he's got my back. It started off as well when I started getting really tired and fatigued spiritually. He would always bring reminders to me, and it came in a form of a hummingbird. So this is the coolest thing, and I think it's St. Mary, I don't know, but this hummingbird does not leave my sight. So I had a chemo session on a morning, and I was like, I'm not going. And I'm like, Mina, I give up. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight through this. It's brutal. It changes you. And I'm like, I'm tired. He goes, come on, Monica. I'm like, no, I'm going to stay in bed. And I just started I don't want to go today. And this hummingbird appeared in my window. There's no flowers there. And it started poking at my window. And I look at it, and I go, and I started smiling. I'm like, I'm not going. And he kept on poking at my window. I'm like, fine, I'll go. And they got up and it disappeared. But with every major trial, he will, I'll be sitting in the backyard and this hummingbird just comes to me and just flutters in front of me. And I'm like, okay, I see you. God will open doors and make miracles happen, and I'm faithful. And if he doesn't, that's his choice, it's his will. But we do our part, and the rest is on him. So that would be my one request, is that you all pray on this, and we'll see magic happen, God willing.